Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we are going to be talking about how to set a Tesla cam for your Tesla Model 3, S, or X. To get started, you will need some tools. You have kind of three options for these tools. The first option is just have a plain old USB cable, a USB. Second version is having USB to a SD card solution, and the last solution is to have a solid state drive. Each version has its own perks, so to start off with just the USB version, it's the good thing is that it's really small. You just buy one, plug it in, it's simple, you get it in your local Best Buy, you're set. It's also one of the cheapest options. You can get a USB for about $30, and that can set you for about 64 to 128 gigabytes depending on price, Black Friday deals and whatnot. It's your cheapest options, but the problem with this option is that with USB, they get written over and over again, and eventually it'll break and you'll have to replace that USB cable. There have been some stories online and in forums where people bought USBs for these Sentry Mode cameras and for Dashcam, and it'll just break after a while because it keeps getting overwritten, especially with a small capacity. So that's one of the reasons why this is the cheapest option, and it might not be the option for you if you want some more reliability to it. The second option, which is the option I went for, is a bit better. It's a little more reliable. You still use a USB, but you are using a USB to micro SD card converter. So you're gonna buy a micro SD card and a USB cable a USB that has the ability to plug in a micro SD card. That's what most dash cams use nowadays. If you buy a dash cam and you plug it into your car, they usually give you a micro SD card, and the point of that is because micro SD cards are more rewritable. You can rewrite and rewrite and rewrite, and it won't break as quickly as a USB, which allows you to have a USB and micro USB kind of capacity, being able to plug it in really easily. It's small still, and you can have a bunch of capacity. Micro SD cards can go up to 1 terabyte at this point. Should be more than enough for what you need. Just keep in mind that the small storage you have, if you do save a lot of dash cams a lot, especially if you have the new feature where you have it on and you honk your car and dash cam will save the last footage. That's going to take up a lot of space extremely quickly. In about 3 weeks times, if you keep seeing a lot of videos, you might already fill up your gigabytes, your 128 gigabytes or whatever storage you have, and you'll have to basically take it out of your car, plug it in, kind of review the footage and plug it back in and clean it up. So one of the kind of long game here would be to also get a larger capacity of storage as well. And the last option is the SSD option, which is what a lot of people go for. I mean, if you're paying for a luxury car, you might as well splurge a little bit more money and get the best quality option, which is solid state drive. These things are rewritable all the time. SSD is what's mostly on your computers nowadays. If you have a MacBook Pro or MacBooks in general, most of them run SSD. The point of it is that it's called solid state drive, and what these do is that it's highly rewritable. It's super small, not as compact as USB, but it's small. It's a hard drive basically, but it's a fast reading hard drive. So when you plug it in, you could run it for a while. Also, SSDs can run for a high capacity. You get them in 2 terabytes and whatnot. I would keep it at 1 terabyte at max capacity. And basically you just plug it in and it'll just work. You don't have to worry about reliability issues. It's a lot more expensive. They could go from around the hundreds to the $200 range, depending on where you get them. Amazon and Best Buy, of course. I'll put those links down below for you guys to check it out. So yeah, once you get these tools down, you have either USB or your solid state drive and whatnot you choose. You just need to plug this into your computer. So if you have a MacBook, it's super easy. I'm going to show it to you in a screencast. And if you have it on Windows, I don't have a screencast, but I will put this article in the description down below for you to check out. It's super simple. It's a similar direction. Tesla also has them on the website. You can follow the same instructions for Windows as it is in MacBook. It's pretty relatively the same. After that, all you need to do is just plug it in. So let's get on with the screencast. Alright, so here we are. We are on our Mac, on my computer right now. This video or this article is going to be in the description down below. This article will work for both Windows and Mac users. And we're just basically following instructions on this article. To get started, for Mac users, you want to go to Disk Utility, and for Windows users, you will want to go into your computer. On the File Explorer, I will have an article for how to format for Windows users. Mac users, please just follow along. Since I have a Mac, it's a little bit easier for me to do screencasting than Windows. I apologize for any Windows users watching this YouTube video. To get started, you want to go to Disk Utility. You do a Spotlight search. So if you press the search button here, Spotlight search, you will type in Disk Utility, like so, and you should be able to find it. So my Spotlight search doesn't do anything because I have my own. Essentially, you want to go to Applications Utility. So you can do the same thing on the Launchpad. You will want to go into others and this utility. You click on that and you'll find this utility here. My this utility already has a Tesla cam setup. I've already formatted this for educational purposes. I've already done this once. I'm gonna show this again. As you can see, I already have a lot of things set up, and this is only 4 gigabytes. I just want to reiterate, try to get as much storage as you can. I personally would prefer going for the SSD method if you have the cache. If you want to save a bit of money and you don't want to waste too much, I would go for the USB SD card route, primarily because so many of these companies are using SD cards for the dash cams that I know this route will work anyways. You don't really need to go as far as going for SSD route. If you want to save some money, I would do that route instead of SSD. But if you want to be fancy, you want to spend some more money and make sure that it does work when it needs to work, go for the SSD. Anyways, enough talking. To get started, you want to click erase for Mac users. For Windows, again, you just have to click format. Articles in the description below. You want to name this this USB drive. I named it Tesla Cam. You can name it whatever you want. You don't have to follow word for word, but this is not the important part. So name it whatever you want. The important part is the formatting. So when you format, it'll tell you what kind of format you want. And for us, you want to do FAT for Mac and FAT32 for Windows, as we see here. So from there, you will click erase, and this will format your drive. It'll completely erase everything you got USB. So make sure your USB is new, and you don't have any information that you actually need to grab back from the USB. From there, once you're done erasing, click done, and the next step is to go into your finders for from Windows users and go into File Explorer for Windows users and finders for Mac users. From there, you want to go into Tesla Cam, and in here, as you can see, it's empty. My computer specifically has been set up to do some sort of hidden folders. Not everyone has this. On Mac, you should have it empty. If you don't have any, don't worry about it. As you can see, they're grayed out, which means that they're hidden. Anyways, not that we need to get into that. We want to create a new folder. You can do right click, new folder, and this is the important part as well. You want to do capital T, lowercase e, lowercase s, lowercase l, lowercase a, and then capital C, lowercase a, and lowercase m, Tesla Cam, and set it specifically. If you're worried that you're going to type it wrong, what you can do is go here. As you can see, add a base level folder in the flash drive called Tesla Cam. You want to just take this and copy it. So T to the M, do not take the single quotes, copy, go back to your finder, create a new folder, and you want to paste that. Command V for Mac, Control V for Windows. Paste it and you're set. Unplug this safely. For Mac users, that's just the eject button. For Windows users, right click on the USB in the bottom screen, blah blah blah. Eject it safely so you don't put the USB drive on the way, unplugging it. Now you just need to unplug this and plug it straight into your computer, in your Tesla, in one of the slots. And you should wait a bit, should take about a minute or two, and you should see a camera with a red dot on the top left corner, and Sentry Mode with this big circle red dot. Once you have those set up, your Tesla Cam is ready to go. Just drive off, take some drives. Click that red dot icon wherever you want to save a footage. It will lock it and make sure the Tesla Cam does not overwrite. So what Tesla Cam does is always recording while you're driving and it will overwrite data. But if you save it, it will never get overwritten, so that you can always get back to that footage and it's always going to be saved. So if, God forbid, you get into an accident, make sure to click that button right away, because what Tesla Cam does, the moment you tap on it, it'll say the last 10 minutes before you tapped it and the next 10 minutes after you tapped it, to make sure you have all the footage, so that you can show police officers what is actually going on in that accident, just in case you were not actually at fault and that this accident was not basically you're not at fault. So that's the point of Tesla Cam, and also just you have Sentry Mode as well. That way, if anything happens in the parking lot, someone scratches your car, someone dings it, someone just drives through it, anything happens, you at least know that you have Tesla Cam ready and watching for you. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a good one.